Picture this. It's 1:30 a.m. The city isn't asleep. It's just stopped pretending. The streetlights drag long orange lines across wet pavement. There's no one ahead of you, no one behind. Just the low, steady hum of an engine that doesn't know the difference between running towards something and running away from it. And neither, right now, do you. That's the thing nobody says out loud about night driving. Everyone's got a reason ready. Needed air. Couldn't sleep. Just felt like it. Clean, simple, easy to hand to someone at breakfast the next morning. But those reasons? They're the surface version, the one you rehearsed without realizing it. Here's what's actually happening. The daytime road is a performance. You merge with intention. You signal like you're being graded. Other cars are audiences, witnesses, judges. The commute isn't just movement. It's a role you play, quietly and automatically, without ever choosing to. But night strips that away. And what's left underneath is something most people haven't sat alone with in a long time. Not peace, necessarily. Not chaos, either. Something more honest than both. A version of you that doesn't have anywhere to be, anyone to appear for, or any version of yourself to maintain. Just a person, a road, and two headlights cutting maybe 90 meters into the dark before everything disappears. Here's the uncomfortable part. Day drivers move through the world. Night drivers let the world move through them. And what surfaces in that stillness, the thoughts that rise without being invited? That's not random. That's the signal you've been driving fast enough to outrun, until tonight. Notice something about the way you drive during the day. You check mirrors more than necessary. You leave exactly the right amount of space. Not too close, not too far back. You make small, constant adjustments. To speed. To lane position. To how you're being perceived by the car next to you at the red light. None of it is conscious. That's the point. Daytime driving is full of micro-negotiations that have nothing to do with the road. Someone cuts you off, and something tightens in your chest before your brain even registers what happened. Someone drives too slowly in front of you, and the frustration that rises, it's not really about them, is it? It never is. But at night, that whole system quietly powers down. There's no one to negotiate with, no social contract to maintain, and without external feedback to react to, you start reacting to yourself instead. Old thoughts show up, unfinished ones. The kind that need noise to stay buried, and night removes the noise. Here's what's worth paying attention to. Some people find it solitude and they open, windows down, music low, thinking freely in a way that feels almost unfamiliar, like they've been waiting all day for permission to just exist without agenda. Others find that same solitude and immediately reach for something. The volume knob, the phone, a mental checklist of tomorrow. Anything to fill the space before something they don't want to feel can move in. Both people think they enjoy night driving, but one is using it to arrive somewhere internally. The other is using it to delay the same trip. In the gap between those two people, it's not about the road. It never was. Let's be honest for a second. Not the kind of honest you perform when someone asks how you're doing. The other kind. The kind that lives quietly in the back of your mind at 2 a.m. when the road is empty and there's nothing left to hide behind. Because here's what the night actually does. It removes your audience. And for most people, that's more unsettling than they'll ever admit. Think about that. Truly think about it. How much of your daily behavior is genuinely you, and how much of it is a version of you that was built for consumption? The way you carry yourself in traffic, the music you play loud enough for the car next to you to hear at the light, the controlled expression you wear when someone cuts across your lane, even that, especially that, is performance. Psychologists call it self-monitoring. The constant, exhausting process of managing how you appear to the world. And most people are running it at full capacity, every hour of every day, without ever noticing the weight of it. Night driving interrupts that. Suddenly there's no one to self-monitor for, and what fills that space is revealing in a way that should make you pause. Because some people, and be honest about whether this is you, some people feel genuinely lighter at night, freer, more themselves. Which raises a question nobody wants to sit with. If this is the version of you that feels most real, what does that say about the version you're showing everyone else? Is it a mask, a compromise, or just the cost of living around other people? There's no clean answer, but the fact that the question makes you slightly uncomfortable, that's not a coincidence. That discomfort has a name. You just haven't given it one yet. And the night drivers who keep coming back, night after night, same road, same quiet. They're not addicted to the drive. They're addicted to the only hour of the day where they don't have to explain themselves to anyone, including themselves. Here's the part no one tells you. The night drive doesn't fix anything. You already knew that. You come back to the same driveway, same house, same life that was waiting patiently while you were out there chasing something you can't quite name. Nothing has moved. Nothing has changed, except you have. Slightly, quietly, in a way you won't fully notice until tomorrow. And that's actually the whole thing, because what night drivers understand, not intellectually, but in their bones, is that clarity doesn't come from answers. It comes from finally getting quiet enough to hear the right questions. The ones you've been drowning out with schedules and screens and the comfortable noise of a life kept deliberately full. The road at night doesn't solve your problems. It just stops helping you avoid them. And for some people, that's terrifying. For others, it's the only honest conversation they get all week. With themselves. About themselves. No filter, no audience, no performance required. But here's what I want to leave you with. Not every night driver is running from something. Some of them, the ones who've been doing this for years, they're not escaping anymore. They graduated past that. Now they drive at night because they've learned something that most people spend their whole lives accidentally avoiding. That who you are in the silence is who you actually are. Everything else is just context. One question before we keep going. Are you someone who drives towards something at night or away from it? Drop it below. Seriously, the answers are always more revealing than people expect. And if this felt like something worth finishing, subscribe so you don't miss what comes next. So the next time you find yourself pulling out of the driveway at midnight for no reason, you can fully explain. Don't rush to explain it. Pay attention instead to what surfaces, to what tightens, to what finally loosens. You came out here for a reason. You just haven't let yourself say it out loud yet.